So does anyone want to visit this guy for some medical attention? Anyone? Anyone at all? Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're taking a look at yet another nice new Orc miniature. Today Games Workshop have revealed to us none other than the Painboss, a bigger, badder, better pain boy, who seems to have upgraded himself with a serious amount of self-surgery. From the Warhammer community article, apparently this guy is called a Painboss. He is going to be from the new Beast Snagga range, so I'm sure he'll have that keyword in game. And we did see him as a preview in that cave art painting, so we have at least one more of those miniatures revealed. Apparently it's really quite helpful to have docs around in the Beast Snagga society. Orcs have a bit of a habit of getting broken when they're running around smashing things or each other, so it's always good to have someone who can put them back together. Apparently one trend amongst the Beast Snaggas is that the docs often like to upgrade themselves with super legs, bionic bounding contraptions that allow them to better keep up with their squig-mounted charges, lurching across the battlefield to deliver some much-needed medical attention with that horrible snipping claw. Model-wise, I think that this guy looks absolutely amazing, and I think he might be perhaps one of the single most disturbing Orc miniatures that I've ever seen. You can see how his legs end in stumps, attached to those animalistic-looking bouncing contraptions. He's replaced one of his arms with this power snipper, and that weird eyeless welding mask type thing that he's got going on is just utterly alien. He's got a bit of a totem pole on his back, and he seems to have a squig hooked up to an IV line. I'm assuming that's what's meant when we talk about medi-squigs. I'm sure the squig juice will somehow get the Orcs back on their feet. He just screams Mad Max vibes to me. I think he'll look very well at place alongside all those Orc buggies that we've seen recently. I think something about the blend of tribalism with weird disturbing mechanical things really fits that theme quite well. That Gretchen orderly is thoroughly disturbing as well. They've replaced his legs with a motorcycle wheel, and replaced both his arms with a drill and a power claw, so he very much seems to be more of a servitor than a Gretchen now, and I'm sure that wheel will allow him to keep up at the same sort of speed as his Painboss master. Overall, I'll absolutely love this miniature. I'm sure it's going to be very popular. Of course, as with most of these Orc previews, we don't know his in-game rules yet, though I think that we can deduce quite a lot just by looking at the miniature and knowing the lore. Of course, standard Orc docs are pain boys, and this guy's a pain boss, so I'm going to guess that he's going to be an HQ choice rather than an elite. It also implies that he might have slightly upgraded abilities compared with the standard pain boy. That one gives a feel no pain type aura. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see similar sort of rules to the Space Marine Apothecary on this guy. I'm going to guess that he's going to be able to heal injured models, and perhaps even stand up dead Orcs in the same way that the Apothecary can do for a stratagem. We do know that he's a Beast Snagga, so there's always the chance that he could just have his buff for Beast Snaggas only. I would guess that that's probably not going to be the case though, and hopefully he will be able to administer his tender loving care on all other Orcs. In terms of his war gear, I'm sure that those super legs will allow him to run much faster than ordinary, maybe something like 8 or 9 inch movement rather than the standard 5. I've got no doubt he'll be keeping up with decent pace with the other Orc mounted units. Finally, apparently that power claw is called a power snapper, described in the Warhammer community article as a lightweight and more mobile power claw. I'm going to guess that it's a power claw with no -1 to hit penalty, but will probably be something more mid-strength, like strength 6 perhaps. I'm sure he won't be too terrible in a scrap, but I think he's mainly going to be used as a buffing character, rather than one that you're going to be throwing straight into melee combat. I think there's at least some fairly decent chance that he's going to be quite competitive. The Apothecary for Space Marines is one of the strongest buffing characters that they have. Pain boys for Orcs have usually been a decent include, making the boys' hordes a bit tougher, and having a little bit of extra movement and mobility is usually a good thing for buffing characters. Often people do tend to prefer taking things like bikes or jump packs if they are available. So anyway, very pleased to see this release. Nice miniature, and potentially some fun rules. I'm certainly looking forward to finding out more when we know it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics, where I'll certainly be keeping up the 40k content every day. And finally, if you'd like to help keep these videos coming, I would just like to mention my Element Games affiliate link, which is down in the video description. If you're thinking about picking up some models anytime soon, then feel free to give that a check. They're an excellent UK-based discount retailer with 10 to 20% off Games Workshop's miniatures. If you click on the link down in the video description, anything that you spend in their web store gives a small amount to Auspex Tactics, and it doesn't cost you any more whatsoever. Can just be a way to help support the channel if you were thinking about buying something anyway. For people in the USA and Canada, there is also an Amazon link down there as well. That works in just the same way. Buy literally anything off Amazon, a small amount goes to help support the channel. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.